Hey guys, today we're going to learn how to install WebLogic 14c on Windows 10. Let's get started. The first thing that we'll need to do is go out to the oracle.com website and download the Oracle WebLogic Server 14c. I will be using the generic installer and I will skip forward to after it's downloaded. Alright, now that we have Oracle WebLogic 14c installed, I'll go ahead and execute the installer. We are using Java JDK version 1.8. In order to execute the installer, we'll do java jar in the installer name. I'll go ahead and fast forward to when the installer pops up. Alright, now that the installer has popped up, we're going to continue with step 1 by clicking next. And for step 2, we're going to skip auto updates. We can click next. For the installation location, I'm going to change it for my project into here, and then I'll click next. And we are installing a WebLogic server, so we can click next. On step 5, you'll see that we've met all the prerequisite checks, so we can click next. And lastly, on the summary page, on step 6, we'll see that we're good to go, so we can click install. I will fast forward to when the installation is complete. Okay, now that the installation is complete, we can click next. Do not click finish. We can click next. Here on the installation complete page, we need to make sure that the automatically launch the configuration wizard button is checked, and then we can click finish. This will launch the configuration wizard. Alright, so now that we're ready to create a new domain, we're going to use the default location and click next. I don't have any templates, so we can leave this as default and click next. This password is very important. Make sure you remember it for later when we try to log in. And then we can click next. I'm going to be using a development mode with the Java that I'm using for the installer, and then I'm going to click next. I'm going to make sure that I have the administration server button checked, and I'm click next. I'm going to leave all these as default except for enable SSL. I'm going to make sure I check this button, and then I'll click next. For the configuration summary, I'll leave it as default, and I will click create. Now that the configuration process is completed, I will click next. And we have successfully configured and installed Oracle WebLogic. I will not click the Start Admin button. I'll just click Finish, and I'll show you how to start the WebLogic server through command line. Alright, now that we have WebLogic installed, you need to go to the installation directory inside of User Projects, Domains, Base Domain. Inside of there, you'll notice that you'll have a start WebLogic.cmd. You can start your WebLogic server by typing start WebLogic.cmd and pressing enter. I will fast forward until the server is started. Alright, now that our server state changed to running, we know that our WebLogic server is running. So we can go to localhost 7001/console. For the username, we're going to use WebLogic. And then for our password, we're going to use the password that we had set up. And then we will click login. You have now successfully installed and configured WebLogic 14c. Have a good one.